Hi, my name is Courtney Jex, owner of Pilates with Courtney. Today we are doing a flow on the EXO Chair. It's a great flow for beginners and also a fun way to start off a class. We're going to be focusing on spinal mobility, so moving the spine in all directions, as well as a balance challenge. So I hope you enjoy it. Okay, so we are going to start on one spring at a level 3 on the cactus, so just one spring. I want you to start standing in front of your chair, a little bit, maybe an inch or so away from the wooden part down below. Spread your toes and try to grow tall here, okay? Soften your knees, so no locked knees. Soft knees, take a nice big inhale, reach the arms up, and then exhale, dive forward, articulating your spine down. Place your hands on the pedal and push the pedal down as you stay rounded through that spine. Keeping that tailbone tucked. Take an inhale here. Exhale, deepen the abdominals as the pedal comes back up. Good, park the pedal, restack your spine. Let's do it again. Nice big inhale, reach up. Dive forward, exhale. Push the pedal down. Good. Now this time, let's let the pedal come about halfway up. I want you to lengthen your spine and let your sit bones widen behind you. So you get that nice stretch through the hamstrings right here. Exhale, push the pedal down. Keep the weight in the heels. Inhale, lengthen the spine, let the pedal come up. Last time, exhale, push down. This kind of is that cat-cow idea here. And then restack, keeping your tailbone tucked until the very end. Restack your spine. Adding on, reach the arms up. Exhale, dive. Push the pedal down. Let the pedal come up halfway. Then reach one arm up to the ceiling as you rotate and push the pedal down at the same time. So you get this opposition. One arm's reaching up, one arm's actively pushing down. Bring both hands back to the pedal. Pedal comes halfway up. Reach to the other side, rotate. It might feel good to you to maybe bend that same knee and get a little bit more stretch through that hip. Either way, you're getting that nice rotation through the mid to upper back. Let the pedal come up, lengthen your spine. Exhale, round your spine, and then let the pedal come all the way back up. Very good. Okay, next we're going to go into a little bit of a plank just to warm up the core. So hands come down onto the chair. I want you to have your shoulders over your elbows and try to maintain that the whole time while we go into a plank. So step back with one foot, other foot meets it. Let your hips come forward and find that nice diagonal line from the crown of your head through the heels. You can either hold here and breathe, or if you want to add on, you can add on with a leg pull. Point one foot, lift it up, tap it down. Try to keep the core really still. 2, lift and lower, 3, 4, good, 5, and 6. Switch sides. Lift and lower, or you can just hold that plank. 5, 4, check those elbows, make sure they're staying underneath the shoulder. Last 2, last 1, set the foot down and step forward into a nice little stretch. Very good. Keep your hands on the chair, put one foot on the pedal and push the pedal to the floor. Put both feet on and drop one heel, get that nice calf stretch, and then switch. Feels pretty good. We're gonna work on some balance challenges next. So even though the pedal or the spring is not that heavy, it's more about keeping your balance on the foot that's on the ground. So one foot's gonna come onto the ground, the other foot is on the pedal. Find your balance and release your hands from the chair. I like to start with my hands on my hips and grow tall here. So start with letting the pedal come up, find your balance here, and then just push the pedal down, and if you can, try to just come to a hover rather than all the way down. Okay, so let the pedal come up, exhale, push to a hover, and you're trying to grow tall right here. Now to add on, if you wanted a little bit more of a challenge, hands can come to a prayer pose. Let the pedal come up and press it down. And we're trying to maintain the hips staying nice and level.
And one more like this. The third progression is to add rotation. So as the knee comes up, you rotate towards that side. Push the pedal to a hover as you rotate back to center. Inhale, rotate. Exhale to center. 3 more. It just kind of throws your balance off just a little bit more. And 2. Good, last one. Back to center. Hands can come to your hips. Let the pedal come up about halfway so that your leg is pretty much parallel to the floor. Try to maintain that and just work through the ankle, the mobility of your ankle. So flex and point without moving that thigh bone for 5, 4, it's harder than it looks, 2, and 1. Push the pedal down, come back onto the chair, the pedal, little calf stretch again, and then we'll do the other side. Okay. All right, so one foot on the ground, actively push down into that foot, find your balance, hands start on your hips. Okay, hips are nice and level, gotta find my balance here, and let that pedal come up. Exhale, push to a hover, inhale back up, and exhale down. Now, if you're ready for that challenge of the prayer pose, go for it. Still trying to grow tall. One more. And if you want to add on with that rotation, as the pedal comes up, rotate towards that side. Rotate back to center as you push down for 5, 4. Good. And 2 more. Last one, and hold in the center. Hands come to your hips. This is where the pedal is about halfway. It's hovering. Knee in line with the hip. Flex and point. Flex and point. Sometimes if this just doesn't feel like it's working for you, you can always put your knee against the chair right here and do the same thing. But I like to work on that balance, which is good for all of us. 3, 2, and last one. Very good. Let the pedal come up, shake it out, and then we'll go around to the other side and work on some spinal mobility, doing some back extension. So we're gonna go into swan. And what I want you to do is place your hands here to start. You're gonna lay on your belly and then put your hands on the pedal. Scoot yourself forward so that your hips are pretty much to the edge of the chair here. And then watch out for those fingers. When you push the pedal to the floor, fingers don't get crushed. Okay, shoulders are over the wrists. Your hips are actively pushing into the chair and you want energy through the legs. So no dead legs, energy through the legs. Lift that belly button up and exhale, haul your air out, hug the core, and then inhale, lengthen the spine as you lift up into extension. Exhale, press the pedal back down. Inhale, lengthen. If you feel like you are not able to lift up in this swan position, you're just not getting anywhere, you can always add on a spring, maybe put the other spring on number 1. That might help to lift you a little more. Okay, one more time like this. You're gonna inhale, lengthen the spine up and out. Pause right here, look left, look right, back to center. And last one. Coming up, look right, look left, back to center, push the pedal down. Good, scoot yourself back, let that pedal come up, and then find the floor with your feet. Okay, into one of my favorite stretches, the mermaid stretch. So you're gonna start sitting on your chair, facing sideways, hips are pointing forward, and you're gonna prop your leg out kind of like a kickstand. Okay, sitting up nice and tall, arms come to a T, shift your ribs, side bend, place your hand on the pedal, push that pedal down as you side bend and actively push into the foot on the floor. Add rotation if it feels good. Rotate back, come up, and counter stretch to the other side. Now you can always put your leg, if you don't like it draped over, you can always fold it like this. That's fine, I like it draped. One more time, arms to a T, shift the ribs, side bend, push that pedal down, find length through the side body. Add rotation. rotate back, come up, and counter stretch. Let's do the other side. So same thing, hips are squared to the wall, kickstand that leg, arms come to a T, shift and side bend. Push that pedal down as you actively push into the foot on the floor. Rotate, rotate back, come up, stretch to the other side. Love this stretch so much, feels so good. Last one, side bend, find length and rotation. You could put both hands on the pedal if that feels good to you. Rotate back, come up, counter stretch. Okay, let's finish with a nice roll down on the back side now. So standing with your feet hip bone distance apart, have the weight in your heels and try not to lean forward too much when you go into the roll down. And start with a nice big inhale, soft knees. Exhale, dive forward, push that pedal down, and you'll naturally flatten your back. Let your sit bones widen behind you. Get a nice hamstring stretch here. Exhale, round your back, tuck your tailbone. Inhale, press the pedal back down, unravel the spine. Last one, exhale, round your spine, come all the way up, and then restack your spine. Very good. Hope you're feeling good, and thanks for watching this Balanced Body video.